Hello Autobots and Decepticons, my name is Soulmonger and today I'm bringing you some Transformers War for Cybertron action, and in this gameplay I'm using a red Bumblebee, which I thought looked similar to Cliffjumper, so I thought it would be the perfect type of gameplay to talk a little bit about Cliffjumper in the next Transformers Fall of Cybertron, and a little bit about his history from the G1 series, and I'm just going to give you guys a summary on that part because there is a lot of information on Cliffjumper as he has a big role in the old cartoons. Starting off with Transformers Fall of Cybertron, some of you guys might already know the story, so I'm just going to briefly read it over from the Game Informer article and then give you my thoughts on Cliffjumper in Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Cliffjumper moves silently between the darkened shadows in the metallic landscape. He and his friend Jazz are on a special mission for Prime, find one of the Autobots' greatest warriors, Grimlock, who has gone missing. In the wake of Optimus's huge scale throwdown against the Decepticons, Cliffjumper's quiet sneaking is totally different. In place of an artillery strike, a tap of the right bumper turns Cliffjumper invisible. Ahead, an enemy Guardian stalks through the dim-lit passageways, patrolling for danger. With his bright red color scheme cloaked into invisibility, Cliffjumper leaps up onto the back of the much larger robot and dispatches him with a flourish. Up ahead, somewhere lays Jazz, potentially badly hurt after a section of decaying landscape collapsed around him. Cliffjumper hurries forward and doesn't notice the second Guardian that patrols nearby. The towering robot transforms into battle mode and begins to fire. Stealth is no longer an option, and Cliffjumper draws his weapon and prepares for a drawn-out fight against a powerful Decepticon. So that's just a very brief summary on Cliffjumper in Transformers Fall of Cybertron. He is going to be playing the stealth role, and him and Jazz missions in the campaign seem to be interwoven as they are both on the hunt to find Grimlock. So his role is very important in Transformers Fall of Cybertron as he has to find the great Autobot warrior Grimlock, and it should be interesting to see how his stealth works compared to that of the Scouts currently. I would imagine that he has some huge guns to use, as well as he is famous for pulling out big guns out of nowhere in the cartoons. So I would guess he has some huge guns to use for our entertainment as well. And once again, this is just a brief summary on the Transformers Fall of Cybertron Cliffjumper. If you guys have anything else to add, please add it in the comments below. As I said, it's just very brief. And now I'm going to move on to a little bit of the history about Cliffjumper. For those of you that do not know, this will be the history from the G1 series. There is a lot of information out there on Cliffjumper, so if you guys are curious, definitely do a Google search on him and you'll find a lot of information. I'm going to try to give you guys a brief summary in a nutshell kind of about Cliffjumper. Cliffjumper is a very respected Autobot, and he fights for the good people. He hates the Decepticons, and he also hates traitors, and he can be impulsive at times, as he will go out of stealth mode to go out of his way to stop the Decepticons or to stop a traitor if he believes that is one. And when I talk about traitors, he once wanted to destroy Mirage because he believed that he was becoming a traitor on the Decepticon side, but it turned out that the Decepticons implanted something in Mirage that made him act like this. So once that was resolved, he did apologize to Mirage, which makes him a very honorable Autobot. He will admit he's wrong, but he does have his trigger-happy personality as well. And he also is known for, like I said before, these big guns. And he does have a special weapon called the glass gas. And this gas will make metals shatter just like glass. But he has to be very careful with this weapon, as if the wind direction is wrong, it could actually hurt him as well. So he doesn't use this weapon too often in fear that he will shatter like glass. He was part of the original Autobot crew on the Ark. He and Hound were in charge of scouting out the new planet Earth, and they were ordered not to engage if they found any Decepticons, but Cliffjumper found some Decepticons, and he took his opportunity and he took a shot at Megatron trying to land a kill shot, and he missed, which forced Hound and Cliffjumper to escape. And as they were escaping, Laserbeak took a shot at Hound and blew him off the road. Because of this, Cliffjumper regretted his rash decision to shoot, but Hound said to Cliffjumper he doesn't regret that he took the shot, he only wishes he wouldn't have missed. And although he does act rashly in certain situations, sometimes that plays a good role for the Autobots, as he did stop the Decepticons from destroying the sun in an early G1 episode. And for those of you that saw the G1 movie, Cliffjumper was assigned to Moon Base 1 with Jazz, and he was attacked by Unicron and swallowed whole, but he was then later saved by Witwicky. So I look forward to seeing what kind of weapons he brings to the table when Transformers Fall of Cybertron comes out. It should be interesting what direction they go with. It'll be crazy if he does whip out this glass gun and makes the Decepticons shatter into pieces. That would be a very sweet gun. It would make for very cool gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this brief history on Cliffjumper, and I am looking forward to playing with him in Fall of Cybertron, and I know you guys are too as well. So remember to leave a comment, leave a rating, and subscribe for more. Have a great day, guys.